Learning how to stock the Takealot DC is one of the most important things that you'll ever have to learn. We've created the Auto Replenishment tool inside of TSeller quite a while ago. This was one of the features we built in the beginning. And we need to be honest and say that it was not the best at the time. But now we have done great improvements on it. And I'm here to show you guys how to use it to effectively stock your Takealot DCs so that you can utilize the in-stock abilities of Takealot. So first of all, I'll take you guys through the different settings. There are the different types of replenishments. And then I'll also show you guys a really cool feature that we added to it, which is a advanced restock that I'll show you guys in a second. So first of all, head over to TSeller. And then what you want to do is head over in the sidebar and go to Auto Replenishment under More Features. Once you get to Auto Replenishment, your page will open up. So first of all, you can see your compliance. So this is basically a rating system that rates how good your DCs are stocked. So 36% stocked is not great at all. We can see we have a total of 60 offers, 4 are well stocked, and then 56 are not stocked or needs to be restocked. Then if we scroll down, we have our quick actions. The look and feel of this is more or less similar to what it was, so you won't notice a big difference, but I'll go over it anyway for the people that haven't used the feature yet. So under quick actions, you have your auto balance stock, max replenishment, compliance restock, advanced restock, and then personalized stock alerts. And then this is where we've also done some work, is on the individual stack views when you click on the products. So how this works is you have your distribution centers, Cape Town, Joburg, Durban. So what you can do is you can click on the actual product and it will show you a status of it. So you can see there's total of 3 units in stock. If you are sending stock to the DC, it'll show you how many are in transit. It'll show you how many sales you got, your days covered, meaning how long you have left before the product completely runs out of stock. Then you have your daily average, so how many units you're selling on average each day. Then going down a little bit further, we can see replenishment recommendation. So this will give you a recommendation on how you need to replenish this item. So our targeted stock is 9 units. So because we have 3 units in the DC, we need to send a total of 6 units to reach our targeted level of stock in the DC. And you can see the recommendation based on your 30-day sales average, you should send in 6 units to maintain optimal stock levels across all DCs. And then if you go down even further, you can get a breakdown per DC on which you need to stock where. So you can see Cape Town, we currently have 3 items. We've sold 3. So we have 30 days cover left. We can see excellent, well stocked. Then if we go to Joburg, we can see we've sold 3 in the past, but we have 0 in stock. So that means we have 0 days cover. So we need to replenish this as soon as possible. Same with the Durban one. We can see it's completely out of stock and that we have sales there. So there is a demand and we need to make sure that when there's a demand of a product, that you always have stock in DC. Doesn't matter which one. You need to be stocking Durban, Joburg, Cape Town. If it is open and if replenishment is available, you need to send stock to the DC. This is how you utilize the best performance out of all of your listings. So closing this, let me go and show you guys the actual quick actions and the replenishment. So let's start off with auto balance stock. So the auto balance stock works on smart restocking based on your sales velocity. So it will go and it will look at your sales in the last 30 days, and it will then come up with a figure that you need to send to the DC so that you have the same amount of stock that you sold in that previous period. So this is 30 days stock cover. So if I go and I scroll down, you can read what this report is about. You can see product titles and SKU, current stock levels per DC, recommended stock quantities, smart stocking optimizes stock level based on your sales velocity. And then we have filters. So the filters work as following. Include only out of stock items. If you tick this, this will only ship and include items that are completely out of stock. So if the item has no stock, it'll only replenish them. Then you have include not buyable offers. So by default, this is all. If you want to include not buyable items, that means if you turn the toggle on, your stock will go up because you're sending items that are not buyable at all. So you will be sending more stock. So if you turn it off, you can see it goes down. If you turn it on, obviously goes up. Then we have the option to preview the replenishment. So the preview at the bottom, then you can see how much you're sending of what item and to which DC. So we can see we have this item, we are sending 11. We have Joburg and Durban that we are sending stock to. So if we click on edit, we can see Joburg is going to get 8 units, Durban is going to get 3 units. So what we can do is you can manually go and edit this. So if you want to send 10 units, you can send 10. If you want to send 5, you can send 5. So then our total increases to 13. And you can also see the max that you are allowed to send to the DC that Takealot will accept. Then what you do is you just click on apply changes at the top. You generate and share the file. Once this is done loading, it'll give you a file to download. You take this file and you upload it to your Takealot seller portal. So you head over to your Takealot seller portal, go to manage my offers, and then at the top, click on replenish stock. Once you click on replenish stock, on the right-hand side, there's a button, bulk replenishment. Click on that and then click on upload bulk replenishment. Then take your file that you just downloaded from TSeller, drag it in here, and it will then go and populate all of the products for you. And you just need to click on create shipment. Then it will go to your confirm, your drafts, and you can move it around however you want. Next one is compliance restock. So if you go into it, you can see that it looks exactly the same. The UI is the same for all of them, except the advanced one, which we'll get to at the end. So what is a compliance restock? Ensures all distribution centers have at least 1 unit. So what it will do is if you have a bunch of listings, it will go and it will send 1 unit to each DC. If Durban is open, it will send to Durban. If Joburg is open, it will send to Joburg. If only Cape Town is open, it will send to Cape Town. But it will send 1 item to the DC. So that means that your distribution centers will always be balanced out based on what you're sending in that shipment. So if I'm sending 1 to Joburg, I'll be sending 1 to Cape Town. This will always send 1 item of each to the DC. Next up, we have max replenishment. So max replenishment, exactly what it is. I showed you guys earlier that there is a max allowed of stock that you can send to the DC. This goes and it maxes it out. It doesn't look at sales velocity. It doesn't look at anything else. It looks at what is the highest amount of stock Takealot allows me to send, and it sends that amount. So we can see the max on Cape Town is 7, Joburg 20, Durban 5. We go 7, 25. That's how it will create the shipment. It will go and it will create the shipment based on the highest amount that Takealot allows it to send. You can also go and you can definitely edit it. You can always edit the sheets and then import it into Takealot. Next up, we have the Advanced Restock. And this is something I'm quite excited about because this is a very, very cool feature that will actually help you so much. So what is the advanced feature? The advanced feature is essentially all of the previous ones that we had into one feature. So let me scroll down and show you guys. By default, it'll always be on auto. This is your replenishment strategy. Then you can see auto, compliance, max, and then custom. So this is the same as you chose previously, but inside of the advanced restock. And why it is advanced is you can obviously change your toggles how you want. And then you can also turn off your DC. So if you want to only send to Joburg, you turn off Durban and Cape Town. And this is the same for the previous ones as well. So you can just click on the ones that you're turning off and then only send to those specific DCs. Then we have a filter by SKU pattern. So if you are a big account that have a lot of items and you have a certain range that works with similar SKUs, you can type in that SKU pattern and it will then go and eliminate everything else that's not included in that SKU. So for example, if I'm selling Apple products and my SKU is AP, if I type in AP, it will only add AP products into my sheet so that I'm only replenishing that items. Same with the filter by brand. This works on the brand of what you are sending. For example, if I have Sony products, Sony has a bunch of products, speakers, mics, TVs, electronics. They have a bunch of different things, but they all fall under Sony. So I want to replenish Sony only, and then I will type in Sony. And that's how you filter by what specific items you want to go with. And now let's get to the most exciting part, which I'm very excited about. And I'll explain to you guys how you would use this. So as I showed you earlier, auto, compliance, max, that doesn't change. You can preview it, you can edit it, all the same. Now we have a custom option. The custom option will replenish everything based on the stock days cover that you put in. So if I want to only stock things so that they have 7 days cover, you can see I'll put it on 7, and then my total units restock is 7, 4, and 3. If I go and I'll put it on 14 days, that means my units are going up because I'm sending more stock to achieve that 14-day stock hold. So that means for 14 days, I'll know these products will at least be in the DC. Then if I go to 30 days, you can see my stock increases as well, because obviously we're sending more and more. So if it is on 30 days, which is your normal standard across the board, it means that if I'm sending a shipment once a month in the beginning of the month, end of the month, that will be out of stock because the stock is estimated to last me 30 days. But now you have an account which is growing rapidly. You're picking up sales quickly on a specific item. Now you don't want to stock 30 days anymore because you send 30 days, but it sells out so quickly. So 30 days in theory is actually not 30 days anymore. It's actually 7 days. So what you can do is you can click and you can customize it. You can put it on 60 days. You can put it on 90 days. You can make custom days like 75 days. So if you know, okay, I want to only send stock after 2 months, you can go and put it on 60 days. That means you have at least 60 days worth of cover of the specific units that you're sending. So I know now, okay, I sent 30 days worth of stock last time, but now it's sold out in the half of the month. That means I need to send double that. So I need 60 days of cover. So Takealot won't immediately recognize this because the figures are lagging a bit. So on Takealot, it will still show, okay, you recommend 30 days, but you know, okay, I need to replenish more frequently. If my products are out of stock, I won't be getting the sales that I'm getting. So I want to be in stock all the time. Don't be scared of storage fees. Storage fees are fine. That's part of the game. You need to have stock in the DC because people don't want to wait anymore. People want to get the product next day. So make sure that you change your custom period, and then you can still edit it as normally. And you also download the file, import it into Takealot. So this is really nice because it will help you sustain your stock levels. So you don't have to frequently replenish, do a little bit. And then at the end of the day, just end up running out of stock. We could have just sent 90 days of cover once, you know, it's all sorted, and then you can take it from there. So I know this was quite a bit of a longer video, but it is really important that you guys understand why it is so important to stock the Takealot DCs and how to properly do it. So most people will probably use a auto balance stock and a compliance stock. If you have bigger accounts, you will use a advanced restock. Advanced restock is not only for bigger accounts. You can have a small account with small catalogs if you're doing high volume. Use the advanced restock. Make sure that you never run out and miss those sales. We'll be adding a lot more features and going in depth a lot more on all of the things that we offer. So make sure that you click on that subscribe button. We would really appreciate it so that you can get notified when we drop things like this. We'll also send out frequent emails so that you guys are always up to date. So if we change anything, you guys will always be up to date. I appreciate you guys watching this video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.